Good morning, parents. This is Ritu again, and I hope you all are doing really well. So today we are going to discuss one of the topic that has been asked quite a lot of time. Um, Not asked actually, but it is in our minds, in our minds of every parent when we are working around with children. It is regarding a dark side of parenting. Sometimes it is quite ignored. We just don't focus on the dark side of the parenting in terms of you're not abusing your kid, you're not beating your kid, but there are little things that have been missed, or you have noticed it has been missed in your childhood, or you are not able to give it to your full potential because we are evolved humans and we understand what we are giving and what level we are performing in our lives. So it's basically either if you have experienced it, you never want to give it to your child, and you repeatedly see, I do not want to do that, I do not want to do that, which I believe is again, you should change the scripting if you're one of the parent who like to do that, to I want to give this to my kids. And when it comes to the dark side, it is not necessarily the darkest uh, part of it, but it is sometimes like abandoning, right? Maybe when you drop a kid, child feel abandoned, it could be because that you are really busy, you are work oriented, you don't have time, you're managing your finances, and there are a lot of more things. But to bring out the essence, if child has that feeling, what will you do about it? How will you talk about it? So I feel the abandonment is something that comes usually when the splits are there, when family is far, when parents have to separate because of xyz reason, then they are not able to be mutually understanding the relationship and stuff like that. Then that feeling of abandonment is there in the child, pretty engrossed. I'm not saying it's 100%, but it is there. Feeling of neglect. Now, we try to give best to our potentials to our kids, but still, probably in some of your lifetime, you have written a poetry, show it to your mom. Hey, mom, I have written a poetry. How about that? And your mom is like, what? I'm busy. Just come later. This is something we have done probably in our practical parenting aspects. Everyone that we are busy, we'll see you in a minute. Do if you're setting an expectations of a minute or after office, after work, or whatever, are you fulfilling it? So if not, definitely child needs are not fulfilled and they're going to feel neglected. Not like that you're in a social setting and they wanted to interrupt you and stuff. These are the things that I'm talking about, the preteens, teens, and when they are just stepping out of that zone. um, and then those, in those scenarios, these basically works. Abuse, so sometimes we don't realize how we are saying, can you get me a glass of water? Go and get me a glass of water. So do you know the tone? Do you know the difference? So are we little careful about how we treat a child in front of the people, or in a social setting, in an artificial environment, in between spouses and stuff? It really really makes a huge difference in their lives, in terms of the little things that they keep in their heart for, I don't know, in for a lifetime. Maybe some people are not even able to fix that. So there are quite a few things. Then it's rejection. So few people are like, you went, you show a picture. Hey mom, I did this. Oh really? That's that doesn't look like me. Then we have a better one. Do I look like this? Can I be like this? No way. So it's very important. They are going to feel rejected out of it. Or suppose they made a brunch for you on a Mother's Day and they burned a toast or something, and then you're like, what, did you make it? I don't like it. So again, the back and forth of it. And then deprived. Now what are the needs? I'm giving my kid a laptop, a watch, a this that. What's the actual need of a kid? Is that what actually kids want? Two kids want to go to a park and you're not able to take it? See, I'm not talking about a day-to-day basis on this. I'm talking about in a broader spectrum, on how many days it has been repetitive, because kids tends to forget. But if it is repetitive, it is again and again and again and again, and you are getting guilty about it, then rather than pushing it for some other time for the conversations, you need to address it immediately. You need to address it in a matured way. You need to find out an alternative solutions for it and then work it out. Another is the emotional suffocation. Now sometimes if the parents are pretty stressed because of whatever going in their lives or etc, they're not able to focus, or they're not able to work out their lives because of any reason, because of their health issues, because of their partner issues, because of their family crisis, etc etc, because of their work finances, then kids tend to get emotionally suffocated at times. You might not see them at that point of time, but once they grew up to a certain age, teens, preteens, later in their lifetime, it will show in their attitude. It will change the course of their attitude, performances, behaviors, grades, um, or then you have to bring something to heal them. They are really a very important and precious part of our lives, and we all pray them to be always happy, and always cheerful. Sometimes we too have some emotional traumas, and we are just carrying them forward, and we don't realize it until we addressed it. It could not be a very huge thing. It's most of the time it's a very little things of feeling rejected, deprived, neglected. We all felt in all our course of life, but in childhood, if these things are there in our parenting journey, it definitely brings that black spot on that. Not that you have to be spink and spank in your life, but the important part is the acceptance of it, that yes, that had happened with me, or I may or might do it to my kid, rather than saying that will happen to him or her. Okay, this could be an issue, so what should I pray every day that what I want to give to my kid, rather than I don't want to give it to it, I do not want this. So just reduce the use of not in life. Just see the flow for communication, because most of the time in their behavior, communications and attitude, these things can be seen. That's why it is very important to talk to a teacher in school, very important to notice their behaviors, be in touch with their friends, and also, if we feel that we have gone through any emotional trauma, of any physical, mental, emotional, then we need to work out on healing it, because you know how kids follow you. I'll tell you an incident when my son was 2.5 years old, and whenever he sneezed, I said bless you. One day I sneezed, he said bless you. That was an awe moment of one of the awe moments in my life. So those are the learn attitudes that they get from us. So we need to embrace it. We need to tackle it. There is always a dark side of every human being, but once you accept it, you address it, you heal it, you overcome it, and then you want to help the people, because you immediately get the people who are troubled with that kind of a thing. Ancestral traumas are also a real thing. If you have a faith and believe in it, just try to heal that and not carry forward any kind of a trauma in any person at any point of time. So that's my prayers for everyone, and that's it for today. um, Address your dark side, heal it, come out healthy. There is a childhood trauma healing meditation as well, if any one of you had gone through a worst traumas in your childhood and want to rectify that. I hope it will help you, and thank you so much for listening to it. Have a wonderful day. Bye.